I drew these flowers a few days ago, and then I colored them with Prisma pencil crayons. But there's something missing. I think they need a little bit more pizzazz. So I was going to maybe draw on them, maybe add some color, and then find a place in my book. Yesterday, I was doing some collage, and I was using these flowers that I made. Just imagine a stem here, and I'll put the picture just up there in the corner of what I did. And these started out as file folders, which I drew on, or sorry, not drew on. I used a jelly plate, and I used pretty cheap paints, and I found that they were very matte, but a little too matte. I didn't like touching them, so I decided to put some Mod Podge on them. I used this matte Mod Podge, but I think everyone knows that this particular kind of Mod Podge is not really matte. It has just kind of a satin sheen to it. So I wanted to try that, and I really like the effect. So instead of throwing these out, I think they look better, and I decided to play with them. I did some sewing around there, and this one's still not finished. I want to put a stem on here and just put this with my ephemera for now. But I decided to maybe try it with these ones that I did the other day. So I have no plans. Just turned on the camera. Here we go. Let's try a dark blue. These are Beatum acrylic markers. I saw Carolyn on the hillside use these one day. So I picked up a set, and yeah, I'm really happy with them. So let me just scooch you in here so you can see what I'm doing. Maybe some uneven lines on the edge. Give it a little bit of life. It's like I'm doing surgery. Well, that took forever. I couldn't find my Posca marker. Okay. And I always find some white dots in the middle. It really helps. Let's try this green one. Too close to the same color. Let's switch to a Crayola Super Tip. Well, that's not bad. I like that. That's cute. That's 3. This one needs a lot of help. Can't even see it anymore. Let's try. It's kind of a blue-green. I wonder if I used gold. Let's go for it. Actually, don't mind that. Oh, I like that. Use something else to hold it. Love that one. That turned out better than I thought it would. This brown one, let's just try a brown. That white Posca going around the edge here, I think that really makes the flower pop. I really like that. Okay, let's do this purple one. Purple, purple. Well, I've got purple. And then I'm really surprised with these Crayola Super Tips. They're actually really good. Really good. And they come in a ton of different colors. Let's use this one instead of the other acrylic. Let's see. And let's use, oops, this dark one. It's a little too purple. Honestly, it really feels like I'm doing surgery here. I don't have the nicest fingers, so, or nails. I gotta keep my nails short because I like to play guitar. Okay, let's go a little bit different and make the middle black. Or let's try this silver. I don't think I've ever tried this one. Okay, I like that. That's dry enough to use my white marker. Okay, so you can't really see it, which is fine. We're going to use black in the middle instead. So let's do a little bit of the white. And here. And then we're going to use, did I say black? Here's the black one. And then really lightly There. Okay, so let's show you these ones. That one's pretty. And then let's continue on with these 3. Oh, I think I should put some white Posca on these other guys. Yeah, squiggly lines. Yeah, that's beautiful. Okay, this one as well. You go around the middle. Oh, yeah, that's nice. Okay, now these 3. Dark green. How about this one? I love drawing these in the evening, watching TV. I just draw a whole bunch on file folder, and then I color them like the next night and cut them out the night after that. Just gives me something to fiddle around with, play with. Not too intense. Okay. And I'm loving the white, so I may as well keep doing that. So I checked outside this morning and it looked pretty gloomy out. And then just before I turned the camera on, I looked outside again before I came downstairs to the craft room. And it is foggy and it's really, the air is really heavy. We're supposed to get snow tomorrow and I'm not looking forward to this at all. Like, I mean, I just never get used to it. I just don't get used to it. Let's do something different. Let's add some pink to this guy. I just want to know what it will look like if I just do something completely different. That's not bad. You never know until you try, right? Yeah, I like that. And the good old Posca. These leaves are kind of square. I need to maybe go online and look at some different kind of flowers and maybe do something different than what I'm doing now. Let's just stick to white for this one and nothing on the edge. I think it would have looked better with a darker color, but that's okay. And the famous white dots. Love the white dots. And this is a crown. It's kind of like a quarter of a flower. I like to put this on the ladies that I like to paint. So let's do that one. I don't think it needs much. A little bit of blue. Looks like it's got purple down here. That's too close of a blue. We want it to stand out a bit. Purple. Here's a different blue. Yeah, this one should work. There. And then we'll go in here. I like to use uneven lines, squiggly lines. There. Oh, that's lovely. Let's get a closer look. Let's get a closer look. Oh yeah, these are nice. I'm very happy with these. What do you think? I'm going to put these with the rest of my ephemera. Okay, perfect. So next I'm going to color this with my brayer, and I'll be right back. Okay, I just wanted to let these sit for a bit to dry fully before I use some Mod Podge on top. Okay, let's dry my brush a little bit. Oh yeah, that's nice. Very nice. Okay, you see how? Yeah. So because this was done with pencil crayon, it actually moved the crayon around, so it's not as, you can't see the lines that I made as much or as well as if I just left it matte. But I'm still going to use this Mod Podge on here, and I'll show you how I do that in a minute. Okay, so I decided to use these colors. So I decided to use these 2 or 3 colors and just use my brayer over top of a file folder. So I want to make some orangey looking flowers in a collage later, so I need to paint one folder for future use. If you are looking for a great brayer, I suggest Speedball. This is the one and only I've ever bought. I didn't know it was going to be this good. It's a wonderful brayer. It cleans up wonderfully, and it's not hard as rock. So it really smooths out the paint evenly. So while I let that paint dry, I just wanted to show you what I worked on the other day. And these are pieces of jelly printing or just using the brayer. And I cut up a bunch of flowers, little petals, and I played around, glued them on a page, and I absolutely love it. So this is why I'm coloring this file folder for future use. So I just painted, this is a different file folder. The one I just painted, I just laid it on the floor. I placed it on the floor in front of my little heater, and I grabbed this other one that was already painted the other day. And this one has Mod Podge on it. So I want to show you two different ways. Again, this is an experimental video. I don't know how this stuff is going to turn out, but I decided to use my acrylic markers and just draw some flowers on top of the Mod Podge after it was dried, and I quite like the results. So here I'm using a gold one. I really like this one. It turned out great. So then I just continue to just play around with different markers, and I'm not sure, we'll have to look later. I think I used some Crayola oil pastels. So far so good. The acrylic paint is adhering to the Mod Podge. I only put a very light coating of it on here the other day, and it dried beautifully, and so I'm happy with it. That flower stem I was just pointing to, definitely too thick, and I'm going to be making it, I'll be cutting it out thinner than what you see here. I absolutely love this deluxe Uniball pen. It's the thicker one. This stuff is amazing. It's great for watercolor. It doesn't bleed at all. And it's a little thicker than your standard, ballpoint pen. So now we're on a different sheet of paper that I had colored. This is, I believe, the dry one. Yeah, I wanted to paint on the dry one. So I'm just doing a flower at the top and some kind of funny little tulip flower. Just with my Posca marker. And the paint goes on really nicely. I mean, there was no doubt about that. Posca is a great brand. So here's where another experiment happens, where I've already drawn the flower, but now I'm going to be putting the Mod Podge on top of that to see how it works. And again, I don't really want it shiny. I just want a very light satin finish. So if you can see when I'm using my brush, I kind of swirl it around in a circular motion because I want to use as little as possible. I don't want to use, there we go, circling around. I don't want a heavy application. And it doesn't take long for this to dry. Oh, I've had this Mod Podge container for many, many years. And I have found different uses for it, and this is another one. So here we go. It's time to try another experiment. Oil pastels on top of that last application of the Mod Podge. Okay, now I'm going to clean my brush out and go get some different kind of Mod Podge. I've had this Royal Coat decoupage finish for years, but I can't find it anymore. Okay, I obviously lost some footage here. As you can see, they're cut out, and I've glossed over it with that Royal decoupage, and it worked out really well. Now I'm experimenting with adding acrylic inks on top of the satin finish again. And although I'm not happy with all that dark paint, I'm happy that the acrylic marker adhered to the satin finish no problem. Anyway, it's nearing the end of the video. I just wanted to say that I had a lot of fun with this. I experimented with many different items. Most of them turned out. This one particular one with the black at the bottom of the flower, and not really my favorite, but it'll still find its way in one of my journals. And oh, look at those little black dots in the middle of the flower. Yeah, super pretty. Get your paints out, just experiment. It's a lot of fun, especially on a Sunday, a gloomy Sunday afternoon. Have an awesome week, you guys. And thanks for watching. Bye.